Hi, Bullock Bears. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And this is our second week doing art, and I miss all of you. And before we begin, I want to share with you, remember my name, first of all, Miss Turner, art teacher. And I want to share with you my artwork when I asked you guys over this past week to please draw a picture of what you did during the summer or what you wish you had done. And I told you that I didn't really go anywhere or do anything special, but I did get to do one of my favorite things, and that's reading a book. Here I am sitting there reading a book. I love to read mysteries and that kind of thing, so I got to read some while we were out for the summer. Now, what we are going to be doing today is I'm going to show you examples of, and remember that your work doesn't have to look just like mine, okay? Please don't make it look just like mine. I want yours to look extra special, just like you, okay? Here's one example. We're going to be talking about line today, and there's another one. And you notice that I've added a lot of color to these, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. But first, I need to pull up my screen so you can see my presentation. And get to work. It's a little sluggish. Here we go. Okay, here we are, week 2, August 31st, okay, through September 4th. Okay, first of all, these are our standards, what the school wants us to be able to cover during our lesson. We need to be able to understand characteristics of elements of art, and we're going to talk a little bit about that, including things like line, shapes, color, texture, form, space, and value. And we're going to be talking about line today. And we need to be able to create art from real and imaginary sources of inspiration. So we know that this isn't necessarily going to look like a photograph when we draw it. That it's going to be something that we use our imagination and we use our knowledge of how to draw a line. Next, create art through a process that includes generating ideas, which I just mentioned, and planning solutions and producing original art. These are our I can statements, and that means that at the end of this lesson, you should be able to say, I can do this. Well, you should be able to say, I can create a drawing with different types of line. And I can create an original work of art using a variety of line. We're going to quickly review our rules and expectations. And I know that this is an easy book that's going to be read to you, but there's going to be a lot of different type of line that's used in the illustrations, and that's why I chose it. And that book is Lines That Wiggle by Candace Whitman. And you're also going to hear an introduction and demo of different types of line for a drawing. And then you get to make the art. Okay, I'm going to try to hopefully enlarge this so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, quick review. If you didn't see this last time, then you'll just have to watch it again, but I'm going to be reminding you of this. Art room rules. That's also virtually. Attitude is a choice. You need to have a positive attitude when you're doing your work in art or anything that you do. Next, respect everyone. And when I say that, you need to respect yourself. You need to respect your friends who are in your class because we're all creating art together. And respect me as your teacher by turning in your artwork and following directions. And last but not least, you need to try your best. Now, don't forget to view the video assignment. That means the entire thing. You don't want to miss any directions that I give you. Then you do the assignment and you submit your assignment to me via ClassDojo, Google Classroom, or you email me at eturner@ecps.us. And some of you have been doing a fantastic job of that. So I thank you. Okay, let's see what else we got. Okay, we're going to do this a little bit differently. Because my speakers are not cooperating very well, I am going to read along with the images. The images are really nice in this video, and that's why I chose it, because you can see the detail of the different lines. So just bear with me, and I'm going to be reading along to the video, okay? So let me get this so you can actually see it. That's not exactly what I wanted. Here we go. Okay. Lines that wiggle. This out of the way. Okay. Here we go. Lines that wiggle. Lines that bend. Wavy lines from end to end. Look at those lines. Lines that tickle. Lines that sprout. Bugs have lines that stick right out. Lines to trap, like in a spider web. Lines to hide. Two lines running side by side. Lines that curve and lines that curl. Underwater lines that swirl. Lines that crisscross. Lines that mend. Lines with doggies at the end. Oh, I jumped ahead. Lines that scurry. Lines in threes. Lines and leaves that grow on trees. Lines that twist. Lines that sway. Lines that swish the flies away. Zigzag lines light up the sky. Rainbow lines are way up high. Lines are everywhere you look. Find some lines not in this book. The end. Now, here we go. I thought that was a pretty good book. I told you it would be quick, but it also gives you a good demonstration of different types of line. Now, line is one of the elements of art. And if you've never heard of elements of art are the ingredients like that go into a recipe that make up art. And a line is a path that starts with one point and it just continues. Over to the right here, I've got a list of some lines, and you saw some in the book. Straight line, squiggly line, almost like a snake, polka dots, zigzags, dashes, cloud, almost looks like waves to me, castle, and it's called a castle, I think, because it resembles a rooftop. Roller coaster, which is like loop-de-loop. Mouse ear, and if you look at it, it almost looks like ears that are peering over a roof. And swirls, which I also call curly whirlies. And you can see they're barely touching, but they form like a line. Okay, now what I'm going to show you is like a short demonstration video, but I'm going to talk over it. And I basically just filmed myself doing the drawing. Now keep in mind, when you do this, to remember to show a variety line. Again, your art does not have to look like mine. And when you're decorating it, you may use crayon, marker, paint, or whatever you have at home to decorate it. You might even do like a black and white type of decoration where you use your pencil, the side of your pencil, and you lightly shade in areas. Okay, so it does not have to look just like mine. Okay, let's take a look at this real quick. There I am. And here's one of our examples. Now, I'm not going to show you every single one of these steps, just a couple of them to give you some idea. You can see straight lines, zigzags. You can see some of the curves, the castle. And this is one I did with a shape, just drawing a shape. It doesn't have to be a heart. You could do like a box. You could do like a circle. Okay, I'm showing you with dry erase, but you're going to start with pencil. So if you're making mistakes, you can erase it. And there's straight lines, zigzags. You've got like the hills here, loop-de-loop, dots. Oh, those look like the mouse ears. And that looks like the cloud and the castle. Now, you wouldn't necessarily have to do every single one that I show on the example. That's totally up to you. Like if you're really fond of a couple of these and you want to repeat it, that forms the pattern, okay? And when you start coloring these, think about some patterns of color that you might want to use in there as well. And that's the one I did with a heart. And you can see how different it looks breaking up the space with the line. And again, it does not have to be perfect. It does not have to look like mine. There's a straight line, zigzag, straight line again. There's my swirls or my curly whirlies. You can see how I'm putting them on top of a line. And dots. Ah, and there's my loop-de-loop. Some more loop-de-loop. Heels and zigzags. See how different that looks? Okay, and don't forget to add some decoration to it, okay? Okay, now you're going to be creating a work of art using a variety of lines. You can use color to decorate, but you must take a picture and post it to Class Dojo. Whoop, I said Class Dojo twice. Sorry about that. Jumped ahead. I'll take that out in a minute. Or email it to, there's my email address, eturner@ecps.us. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me, or this is a number you can call and leave a message for me. I check that throughout the day and I'll get back to you, but make sure you leave your name, number, or let me know your email address and I'll get back to you, okay? All right, almost done. So you're creating an original work of abstract art. This is abstract because it does not look like a photograph. It doesn't look realistic. You're making things up with the use of line. Using the supplies from home using a variety of line. Okay, now let me show you what to get out of this. And I do want you to see my face one more time. There I am. Okay, so remember you're creating a work of art, original work of art, and you are going to take a picture of it and you're going to send it to me, okay? You have a whole week to do it. So this time next week, I should already have your artwork, okay? And if you haven't already sent me something from last week, you can do that as well. I look forward to seeing all this artwork because it's the next best thing to seeing your beautiful faces, okay? I love you. I miss you. I can't wait to see your artwork. And I can't wait to see you guys too. Okay, so have a great week until we meet again. Bye bye.